body workout. So hopefully we're going to be giving all of our muscles a good stretch and working up a sweat at the same time. Hope you enjoy. We're starting in a comfortable seated position. The legs are crossed, the back straight, and the shoulders away from ears. Today I decided to make mudras with my hands, so I've joined together the index finger and thumb, spreading the rest of the fingers out, and just taking a few breaths here. From here, taking the right hand down and lifting the left overhead, looking towards the hand, then bringing the left hand down, lifting the right overhead. We're going for a twist, so the left hand comes to the right knee. We're looking behind, keeping the back straight. Inhaling back to center and changing sides. Just warming up the body. Then from here, we're coming over into tabletop position. We're going to start with some cat-cows. So we're inhaling, tilting the pelvis, looking ahead. Exhaling, curving the back, looking down. Moving with the breath. Now we're bringing the knees together, and what we're going to do is we're just going to lift the knees off the mat, stretching the tops of the feet. We're going to do this 3 times. And then on the 3rd time, we're going to roll all the way over the toes, coming into mountain pose. Just breathing here, looking towards the navel. Moving into plank, and then we're lowering the knees, chin and chest, and we're coming all the way to lying down on the mat. We're taking the knees apart and the big toes together. Inhaling here, exhaling, we're tensing the stomach muscles and lifting the chest and the knees off the mat. Want to create as much tension as we can in the core in order to help that lift. Coming back down and then just taking a rest with the cheek on top of the hands. Then we're going to try it again. So we're taking hold of the feet, bringing the big toes together, inhaling and exhaling, lifting up as much as you can. You should feel this in the lower back as well. This is a really good stretch for increasing lower back flexibility. Coming back down, resting your other cheek. Last time, bending the knees, bringing the toes together, inhaling, exhaling, lifting up. I go for a little bit of a rock because I feel like this helps me to gain extra lift. It's up to you whether you want to stay still or rock. And then relaxing down, and we're going to bring ourselves into extended child's pose. So we're taking our bum back over the heels, arms extending away, the forehead comes down towards the mat. Bringing ourselves back into tabletop, tucking under the toes. Exhaling, we're moving into downward facing dog and just walking out the feet. Looking between the hands, we're just going to step the feet towards the hands. When we arrive, we're bending the knees and taking hold of opposite elbows. Resting here for a moment. And then rolling the body up nice and slowly. From here, we're going to prepare ourselves for our sun salute. So we want to have the big toes together, the ankles slightly apart, legs engaged, shoulders away from ears. And then when we're ready, we're inhaling, lifting the arms up, exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, taking the right leg back, dropping the knee, look straight ahead, stepping to high plank. Exhaling, knees, chin and chest come down. Inhaling, sliding to cobra, and exhaling, mountain pose. The feet are together. The heels can either be on the mat or slightly lifted. Inhaling, lifting the right leg, bringing the foot between the hands, dropping the left knee, look straight ahead, stepping both feet together, inhaling all the way up and exhaling, hands to heart center. Now for the other side. Inhaling, arms come up, exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, taking the left leg back, drop the knee, look straight ahead, stepping to high plank. Exhaling, knees, chin and chest come down. Inhaling, sliding to cobra. Exhaling to mountain pose. Hips are lifted, looking towards your navel. Shoulders relaxed, drawing in your stomach muscles. Breathing here. Inhaling, lifting the left leg, bringing the foot between the hands, dropping the right knee, stepping both feet together. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Now take a breath. Inhaling, arms come up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, right leg comes back, drop the knee, look straight ahead, stepping to high plank. Exhaling, knees, chin and chest come down. Inhaling, cobra. Exhaling, mountain pose. Trying to keep the breath steady, always breathing through the nose. Inhaling, lifting the right leg, bringing the foot between the hands, dropping the left knee, stepping both feet together. Inhaling, arms come up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Last time. Inhaling, arms come up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, left leg comes back, drop the knee, look straight ahead, stepping to high plank. Exhaling, knees, chin and chest come down. Inhaling, cobra. Exhaling, mountain pose. Fingers spread out on the mat, pressing with the fingertips and the base of the hands. Inhaling, left leg comes up, bringing the foot between the hands, dropping the right knee, stepping both feet together. Inhaling, coming all the way up to standing. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Take another breath. And then it's time for the standing postures. We're bringing the hands to the waist, and from here we're taking the left leg back behind, the foot to 45 degrees, front knee bent, hips facing the front, and the arms come up overhead with the palms touching. Warrior one. Breathing here. Inhaling, straightening the right leg and bringing the arms forward, trying to keep the back straight, the stomach muscles engaged. Bending that right leg, bringing the hands down, and we're lifting the left foot off the mat. We're going to come into half moon pose. So we want to bring the right hand forward, making the fingers like a cup. The left hand comes to the waist so we can twist to look upwards. And then if you feel balanced, you can lift up the left hand, looking towards the fingers. Left hand comes down. And now we're bringing the hands to the waist, warrior three. And we're trying to bring the arms out to the sides as we balance. It's okay if you fall over. Taking the feet back together, take a breath, and then we're going for the other side. Right leg comes back behind, the foot to 45 degrees, left leg bent, lifting the arms, looking towards the fingers. Inhaling, straightening the left leg, bringing the arms forward, looking straight ahead. Exhaling, bending the left leg, bringing the arms down. The right leg comes up, and then we're taking the left hand in front of the left foot, the right hand to the waist, twisting, and if we feel balanced, lifting the right arm up overhead, half moon pose. Hand comes back down, looking straight ahead, and then bringing both hands to the waist, lifting the chest, and if you feel balanced, bringing the arms out to the side. Feet together, and we'll take another breath here. Hands to the waist, we're stepping the right leg back, the toes slightly pointed out, bending the knees, index finger and thumb together, goddess pose. Inhaling, straightening the legs, bringing the arms up, exhaling, coming back into goddess pose. Moving with the breath. You should feel this in your thighs. And now we're just going to twist, so the right leg is in front with the knee bent on the toes of the left foot, and we're going to take the right hand down onto the mat, sweeping the left arm up, looking towards the fingers. Now for the other side, so we're changing legs, left leg in front, bringing the left hand down, sweeping the right arm up in front. Then we're going to come back to center and we're going to shuffle the legs in together. Bending the knees, we're coming into frog pose. And we're just going to lift and lower the bum, bending the knees. And then from here, letting yourself come all the way onto the mat, we're going to try 8-angle pose now. And this is a little bit difficult. It's a bit more of an advanced yoga move, but give it a go. It's quite fun to have a try. We're going to cross the right ankle over the top of the left ankle, bringing the arm in between the two legs and hinging the right elbow on the inside of the right knee. Squeezing both legs together with the hands on the mat and the elbows bent. And then we're just going to try and lift the legs off the mat. Give it a go. And now for the other side, crossing the left ankle over the top of the right, bringing the left arm between the legs, fingers spread out on the mat, and we're squeezing the legs together against the arm as we lift them off the mat and bring the head down. Coming back down onto the mat, we're going to come into a seated position with the legs straight, hands either side of the hips, the back straight, chin slightly tucked in. Inhaling, bringing the arms forward. If we can, we're going to take hold of the big toes, if not the legs. Inhaling, looking straight ahead. Exhaling, folding, just breathing here. In yoga, we have something called drishtis, which are looking points or gazing points, and in this posture, the gazing point is the big toes. Inhaling, looking straight ahead. Exhaling, relaxing here. We're coming into a posture called cow face pose now, and for this what we want is the left leg bent underneath and the right leg bent on top. Ideally you want both knees stacked on top of each other so they're parallel with one another, and then the feet equidistant from the body. From there we're lifting the right arm, bending at the elbow, and we're trying to take hold of the hands behind the back. If you can't reach the hands, don't worry, you can just take your t-shirt. And then we're bringing the hands to heart center and we're coming to a twist. So the left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee and we're looking upwards. Inhaling, coming back to center, and we're changing legs. So now the right leg is underneath and the left knee is stacked on top, the feet equidistant from the body. And then we're going to lift the left arm, bending at the elbow, taking hold of both hands behind the back. You might find one side of your body is more flexible than the other. That's definitely the case for me. Hands come to heart center, and then taking the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. And bringing the hands back to heart center. So now we're coming to lying down on the mat for the finishing postures. We want the knees to be bent, and we're just going to slowly windscreen wiper the legs from side to side, giving the lower back a massage. Coming back to center, lowering the feet down onto the mat. We want to bring the heels in close towards the bum, the hands with palms facing down and fingertips touching the heels, and then we're just going to lift the hips. Knees are parallel with one another, hip width distance apart, and your body weight is over your shoulders. Really trying to lift those hips. And then, if you've got enough space, you can bring the hands onto the lower back, drawing the elbows in tight towards the body. This helps to increase the lift. Vertebrae by vertebrae, releasing yourself all the way down onto the mat. And we're just going to straighten out the legs, prepare for our shoulder stand. So we're inhaling, lifting the legs up. Exhaling, we're supporting the lower back as we come all the way up into shoulder stand. Keeping the elbows in tight towards the body, and we're just breathing here. Then we're going to do some movements with the legs. We're bending the knees and then straightening them up again. Repeat this a couple of times. Then we're going to come into plow pose. So you want to bring the legs behind the head, and if the toes touch the ground, we can bind the hands behind the back. Want to relax the toes, so the tops of the feet coming onto the ground. If you feel like there's any pain in your back, you can bring the feet slightly apart. This helps to reduce that. And just breathing here. And then we're coming all the way back into shoulder stand. Palms of the hands come down, and we're releasing ourselves with control onto the mat. And we're going to do the counter posture to shoulder stand, which is fish pose. So you want to bring the hands under the lower body with the palms facing down, arms drawing together, the legs engaged with the toes pointing up. Inhaling, we're hollowing out the chest. Exhaling, we're bringing the crown of the head down and your body weight over the forearms. And you have the option to stay here, or you can then take the arms out from under the back, keeping the head as it is, bringing the palms together and lifting the feet off the mat, pointing the toes. Lowering yourself down, bringing the chin into the chest to release, and coming to lying down. Giving my knees a hug just to massage the lower back again. Rolling over onto one side, and now is the time to give headstand a go. If you've never done it before, I recommend that you do it with the wall behind you, because if you fall, then the wall catches you. Starting in child's pose, we're going to bring the arms forward and measure the distance between our elbows. We're keeping them there and then we're interlacing the fingers. The crown of the head comes down into the hand. Tucking under the toes, you're just going to walk the feet in towards the body until you can't walk them anymore, and then you're bringing the knees into the chest and just holding it here. And when you feel comfortable, you can lift the legs all the way up. Headstand can be a tricky one to get right at first, but it actually doesn't involve that much strength. It's a lot to do with conquering your fear of being upside down. So I do recommend that you give it a go, even if you haven't tried it before, and don't get discouraged if you can't do it at first. It took me a long time to learn. Taking the legs back down with control and bringing ourselves back into child's pose for a rest. We're going to take ourselves down onto the mat again. We're just going to finish with a nice twist. So the knees come in towards the chest, and we're bringing them over to the right side. The arms come out, and we're looking towards the left. Here comes Mabel. She loves eating plants, and she's not meant to. Bringing the knees over to the left side, and then looking to the right. And then we're going to bring ourselves into Savasana pose. So we're opening the legs to the width of the mat, arms by your sides with palms facing up, and just allow yourself this moment to totally relax.